Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Tuesday, November 2nd. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham. We'll have Billy Briz momentarily as well, ready to break down the Tuesday NBA card. We've got a short slate tonight, which is usually the case on Tuesdays. Not as many games. We've only got 5 NBA games on tonight, but we'll break those down in a minute. Usually on these shorter cards, though, usually it's a bigger card the night before. So when that's the case, we like to look back a little bit on last night. Some interesting results we'll run through briefly. Pacers finally got off the schneid and beat down the Spurs, a 131-118. Good performance there. Philly, no Embiid, no problem against the Blazers. We were warning you about that, didn't really feel good about backing Portland, even with Embiid being out, and Philly gets it done 113-103. Atlanta, we all like the Hawks for the most part. 118-111. They got the win and the cover against the Hawks last night. Bounce back effort from them. And again, just 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread at home now for Atlanta. Beware of the Hawks on that home court. They got it done again last night. The Toronto Raptors, just shocking performance against the New York Knicks. 113-104. This is unbelievable. I mean, you got these guys like the Kem Birches of the world and freaking guys that are just coming in off the bench, stepping in and just playing outstanding for this team last night. A great defensive effort in the second half from this team. And here we go with Nick Nurse again, turning water into wine, essentially. That's what he's capable of doing as a coach. Takes what you think is sum of parts that doesn't equal much, and he just gets the most out of them. Just unbelievable again by this Raptors team. They're now 5-3, and they've slaughtered the Celtics on the road, the Knicks on the road, so they've had some stunning victories, and this was another one for them over the Knicks. We had Memphis beating Denver. Michael Malone called out the Nuggets after that loss last night, saying we need everybody to give a whole hell of a lot more effort. We can't do anything about execution, but we can control our efforts, saying it was a piss poor effort last night against Memphis. It sure looked that way to me. I agree, Coach. They lose by 9, 106-97. Orlando, disappointing for me. I like Minnesota, and then it just got away from them in the second half. D'Angelo Russell left the game due to injury. Magic blow out the Timberwolves. Clippers barely getting past the Thunder in very unimpressive fashion, 99-94. And really, they needed a big-time surge in the last 3 minutes of that game just to win straight up as 12-point favorites. Didn't sniff a point spread cover. And the most shocking result of the night, and there were a couple shockers. I haven't even gotten to the biggest shocker yet. The ultimate gag job, the ultimate choke job, the ultimate despicable second half and epic fail collapse down the stretch, whatever you want to call it, from the Boston Celtics last night against a very good Chicago team. It's not that they did this to a shitty team, but still, when you're up by the margin you're controlling the game, you're supposed to close that out. They couldn't do it, and the Chicago Bulls come all the way back from a massive deficit. They were down by as much as 18 at one point, and they win by 14. Not only do they come back, they win by double digits, 128-114. Just an awful defeat for the Boston Celtics. Something's not right with that team, whether it's Udoka, the coach, Stevens in a management role, who knows, but something is not right with Boston with the way they've started this season. Dutch, we'll start with you. Some thoughts on the action from last night.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you pretty much touched on most. Real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. Ray Charles, I see you, my guy. Pocket quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Preston, everybody in chat. Appreciate you joining us. Eric Chain and so on. Salute to everybody in that motherfucker. Hit the like button real quick, share the video if you can. Muchly appreciated. Got the 200 likes yesterday. Let's hit that motherfucker. But we know live, we need a hundo. That's Mando. So let's hit that hundo real quick, Yeah, man. Yes, yeah. You, like I said, Ian, you touched on it, bro. Most of it. What was very disappointing to me was the Clippers last night, obviously, and the Nuggets, because I did bet on them. So, that was very disappointing. But, the Clippers, I tweeted on it last night a little bit, too. Shout out to Noli. I see you, my guy. Man, the Clippers are hard to watch. I wish I was on the under last night, and that motherfucker is talking about yeah, I was a clear under. But goddamn, I mean, they just shoot jumper after jumper, and it's just ugly. It was ugly. I turned that shit off. I knew, like you said, there was no chance of a cover. Ian. We touched on Boston. Wow, I stayed off of it. I really wanted to fire. I said it was a Boston spot. Props to my guy Wham with the Jaylen Brown. He did his thing early. Got it. Looked like it was a clear bleed green, up 19. Up 19 fucking points, and you find a way to lose at home. Yeah, and you said about the Knicks. I had the Knicks first half -4. I go downstairs to grab my food from the delivery motherfucker, come back. They're up 15.4 minutes to go, and they push. Let's just say the meal wasn't as appealing as I thought it was going to be after that. Yeah,
I'd feel the
that
same
shit
way
was
if I was
easy
in
money,
that
bro.
spot.
I said that fucking bitch downstairs gave me a bad vibe, man. What the fuck? I even tipped the BZ too. Goddamn. Hey, but that's another thing. It's just how I'm running right now. At least it wasn't a loss and it was strictly -4 and a push. I'll take it though. But I'm eager for today. We got a couple games that I think we could take advantage of. Not the prettiest card, hey, but we'll make something out of this bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's a new day. It always is. Good or bad, the previous day, it's always a new day. That's what Boston Celtics fans are thinking now. It's a new day. It can't be any worse than yesterday. I think that's true. For the Boston Celtics, it can't be any worse than yesterday. That was a shit show. Simple as that from the Celtics there. Wham, what did you think of some of the stuff from yesterday?
Yeah, man, it was a shit show for me. I went 0-3 on posted plays, bro. Seemed like I've been losing the last 3 best two, man. Just fucking annoying. But the bright side was that Jaylen Brown. I'm glad my guy Dutch said that. I didn't get that shit out. I should have. That was an easy one, but that was the only thing that was working for me yesterday, bro. Just a bad game, weird game, weird day for NBA. But again, that was a weird game in general with the Celtics, man. That Celtics game, I think these guys only scored 11 points in the fourth quarter to like 39
in the fourth quarter.
Shit, come on, man. That was just a weird ass game there. But again, like my guy said, on to the next. We keep grinding. We keep going out here. We're going to get some cash today. We're going to make something out of this card for sure.
We absolutely are. We got our DFS guru, if you will, of the crew, Billy, with us today on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week on the Pub Up. Billy, what did you think of last night?
Man, last night is one of those type of nights that you think you know the NBA until the games get played off, man. Like, I had my only bet yesterday was on the Blazers against my Philadelphia 76ers. Last time I was on the show, I talked about it. Sixers trifecta spot. That bitch went in the trash. We tried to make some money back last night, and god damn it, man. Did the Sixers catch the vibe in the stadium? Because once they started screaming out, "We want Dame," the players on our team heard that chant, and they started hooping. Forkon Korkmaz was out here looking like the second coming of Kyle Korver and shit. He had about 16 points in the first half. Shake Milton was looking good. Paul Reed was looking good. Bro, because y'all live out in the West Coast. So y'all don't be on the Philadelphia Sixers Twitter and shit like that in the East Coast like we be. Man, they were saying Drummond for MVP. Don't even bring back Embiid. That's when Philadelphia was feeling good last night, especially after the Eagles get a dub. It's been a long couple days for the city, but things are to the brighter side, man. Maybe the Blazers just suck, though.
All right, well, let's go to Tuesday now. We got Milwaukee and Detroit to get us going. Milwaukee Bucks 4-point road favorites, 2-12 the total in this game. The Milwaukee Bucks, 3 straight losses. What's wrong with the defending NBA champions here all of a sudden? Losses to Minnesota, to San Antonio, who just got whipped by Indiana last night. And then they lose to the Jazz on Sunday, 107-95. They have been shorthanded. We've talked about how Brook Lopez has been out. Drew Holiday's been out for a few games. It looks like tonight now, Chris Middleton, he's going through safety protocols for the league and won't play tonight for the Bucks. So there's another big loss. It does look like they'll have Hood on the floor tonight, though. He missed the last game with that hand injury, but he's back tonight. Grayson Allen is going to play through a right knee injury. Same with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Greek Freak, expected to play tonight for the Bucks. But there's no doubt the Bucks are a bit of a shorthanded, depleted mess at the moment. I guess that's the best way to put it. So it's not always the easiest thing to want to back them at the moment. It is 3 straight losses, though, and they do catch a Detroit Pistons team that has definitely struggled to win games early in the new year. I thought, this team would be a chance to be improved, but other than a narrow victory against a pretty bad, Orlando Magic team, there hasn't been a lot of good things for Detroit when they've been asked to step up in class. They've lost by 8 to the Sixers, lost by 18 to the Hawks. They've lost by 26 to Brooklyn in their last game. I know there's going to be a few key players out for the Bucks. I understand that. Namely, we're looking at Middleton, Lopez, Drew Holiday out. It's not Delivery. It's DiVincenzo, of course, is still out. He hasn't played a game yet this year for the Bucks. I think Giannis is going to play.
I think disrespected DiVincenzo, man.
Yeah, he's good. No, I mean that. I mean that because it's just a clever thing to say with a name like that.
If you got a nickname, that's good.
It is. That's why we roll
exactly.
with. It's not Delivery. It's DiVincenzo. He's good. He's good when he's on that floor. But with the guys out, even with no Middleton tonight, no Lopez, no Holiday, I think I got to back Milwaukee here. It's only -4. They've lost 3 in a row. I don't think they take the Pistons lightly. And any team that doesn't take the Pistons lightly this year is beating the Pistons and beating them handily. Milwaukee for me, -4. What do you think here, Dutch? Bucks and Pistons.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have many games to talk about, so I'll get a little something. But this to me is a backwood. But I do agree with you, Ian. And the more maybe we talk about it, I might get to the window with Milwaukee because I was like, damn, Milwaukee -4. That's fucking cheap. I start looking at everybody who's out, and I'm like, oh, okay. But they need a win, I would think. But team that really needs a win is Detroit's ass. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I really want to touch this game, to be honest with you. I would look for Giannis, though. He's out on the court. Who's going to get in his way? I mean, if this game could be somewhat close, he should have some big numbers. And I'd look maybe his way on the prop market. But clear backward for me if I got to put my hard-earned money on this motherfucker.
I mean, yeah, we're looking at a matchup of at the 5 spot, Giannis against it looks like Isaiah Stewart for Detroit. So, that should be advantage Giannis tonight. So this could be a Giannis smash spot in terms of his props, like PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. That might be something you look at here in this one. Wham, what do you like here, Milwaukee, Detroit?
Yeah, I'm thinking Milwaukee the whole way here, early and often. I think they smash here. Sheik Bey, game time decision, lower ankle sprain. That's a big loss for this Detroit team. They do play tough, though. I do give them credit. They have been playing tough on the defensive end, and you do know the new rules do cater to those teams that give out effort pretty much. So I think they have been keeping themselves in games just based off of that. But in this game, I think it's just going to be a clear Milwaukee spot. Even though Chris Middleton's not in there, you're going to see Giannis, like my guy Ian said, take control, look like an MVP player here. And then you're going to see the role players, Grayson Allen. And I think Rodney Hood is going to have a great game as well. I think those guys are sort of Nora. We talked about him as well. So I think those guys play well today. I think the early and often. But
I always love looking at the standings like barely a couple weeks into the season because you see shit that just boggles your mind. And in the Eastern Conference right now, if the playoffs started today, the Atlanta Hawks, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Boston Celtics would not be in the playoffs right now. And yes, the defending champions would not be in the playoffs right now if the playoffs started today. Like they're only 2-4. So at some point, it's time to win a damn basketball game and buck up, no pun intended, and find a way to just win these games even without some key guys in there. And you got a Detroit team that's been blasted by every good team they've played. So if not tonight for Milwaukee, when? What do you think here, Billy?
Before I pre-flop say this, everything's always a hypothetical scenario. None of these things that come out of my mouth are absolutely serious besides the bet slip. With that being said, you ever go with your friends on a robbery, man? You go inside the house, you think you're supposed to get in, get out. Motherfucker looking at the TVs, looking at the dresser, looking at the jewelry. You're like, bro, you're supposed to get in, get out. Get in, get out. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this spot tonight. We're getting in, we're getting out. Milwaukee first half. This is the wham bam spot right here. Milwaukee first half. I know they're dealing with a lot of injuries tonight and all that, but you know what tonight is? Tonight is the night. Big Show, get the comment section up. Somebody said it. They already know the Notre Dame fan is here. Pat Connaughton's in the hometown city tonight. Over 10.5 points. He gets the roll step up usage tonight. He's about to go in tonight. Milwaukee's about to smack him up first half. We're about to cash the Bano, man. This is the type of shit that you call fast cash. We're going to cash the ticket as we go into the Contender Series to cash more tickets, and we're going to make back this Kansas City Chiefs money. So we're going to get it early and often. First spot, Dutch, I know you got the backwoods, but we got the papers for this one because we about to make some on this. Let's go. Bucks first half.
Bucks first half. There you go. Like, confidence. You would think early in the game, too. 3 straight losses. We got to show up here tonight and show up early. So that's -2 with Milwaukee in the first half here for.
Yeah, he's trying to pull a lick in Detroit. He's definitely confident.
Yeah, we pulled a lick in Detroit. Masked up. We going in, we going out. We're not looking at jewelry. We're not looking at no TVs. Worry about that stuff later, man. It's about the back.
Don't play no games around there. Get in and get the fuck out, bro.
We going to the rich part, Dutch. We going to the inner city. We're not going.
I love this energy. I love this energy.
Everybody excited too. By the way, in the game, not the last game because he didn't play, but the game before that for Detroit. Everybody excited against Orlando. Everybody was excited. The debut of the #1 overall pick, Cade Cunningham. 2 points in 19 minutes. So
fuck a Cade Cunningham.
He's a bust. He's a bust. 2 points in 19 minutes. Terrible pick. Yeah.
Man, who thought about drafting Cade Cunningham over Jalen Green. Whoever that person is in Detroit should be fired today. Yeah. Man, don't even get me started. We have a podcast on ourselves talking about the rookie draft class. Shit, give me a hire.
Yeah.
I would have picked Jalen Green.
I know there's people on Twitter that did that shit after the first Cade Cunningham game. He's a bust. Terrible pick.
Man, you can see that in Summer League. That was the first thing that Summer League taught me. Jalen Green, better basketball player than Cade Cunningham.
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays well today. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised.
He'll play well because he's getting guarded by George Hill, man.
It's a second game. You got to get used to the speed. You know what I mean? I think the speed is the biggest thing with the NBA.
Mobley's been solid, so I like what I've seen out of Mobley so far.
Oh my God,
Barnes, of course, for the Raptors has been nice to be in the year.
Yeah,
so.
Barnes.
Josh
I like
Giddey,
Barnes, man.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Giddey, yeah,
hooping,
great call.
Hooping this year,
yeah, for sure.
Hooping. His props have been killing it too. As well, Josh Giddey for OKC, no question. All right, Miami and Dallas. We've got looks like Miami's up to 3-point road favorites now, 2.5, 3 on the road, 209.5 the total. You know I'm on Miami here. I mean, this is my team. I'm on them tonight. I got a better number than this, but I like the Heat here. It's not anything against Dallas, but I just look at these two basketball teams and I say, I think I've got the much better defensive team. I've got the much tougher team. I've got the better front court. I mean, this is a Bam spot, in my opinion, tonight as well in this game. How many times have we talked about it? Now, it was questionable the last I checked, but I think he's going to be I think he's going to play when it's all said and done. They say he's questionable, but he was a full participant in practice yesterday for Miami, so that's an encouraging sign that he's going to be able to play in this game. So if he doesn't play, that means Dwayne Dedmon, Markieff Morris, guys like that are going to get more minutes. But bottom line is the 5 spot, the center spot for Miami, you bet the props over when they play Dallas. Anybody in the 5 spot, because I think they could do some serious damage. We talked about this when we loaded up on Pirtle against the Dallas front court with San Antonio last week. That's definitely where I'd go here as well with the props, is the center spot. If it's Bam, I'm in. Even if he doesn't play and they go to Dedmon or Morris instead, you can go with their props instead. But yeah, I like this Miami side here in this one. I think they're the better overall team. Not going to overthink it, not going to overcomplicate it. Now, like I said, Dallas, give them credit. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, but they beat Houston, they beat San Antonio, they beat Sacramento. The really only decent wins were the Sacramento win and the Toronto win. Toronto's obviously had a decent start, but they haven't played anyone really of Miami's caliber since the Atlanta game when they got roasted by the Hawks, 113-87 their first game, and then they played Denver and they got whipped 106-75. So this is a step up in class for Dallas against a better, in my opinion, Miami team. So I'm on the Heat here in this one. Dutch, Miami, Dallas.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Vitalis. He's like a Miami early. Top shelf went 5-1 yesterday. I think the only one he probably lost was that one he bought the 6 points on with San Antonio.
There you go. That's why you don't buy points. Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
I'm just busting your balls, bro. Good shit though. 5-1 is a beautiful thing, my guy. Ugly Dog Pig says Miami's not as a sucker bet today. I don't know, man. I mean, it does look kind of easy, I will say, but I like Miami here as well with Ian. Shout out to our guy John Lee, and I see you in the chat too, my dude. Said we only got 30 motherfucking likes. That is motherfucking spectacle, bro. Let's hit the motherfucking like button. Keep it going. But yeah, this game, I love the Miami Heat here. I do want Bam out there, but they look pretty good, with or without Bam. They put it on the Grizzlies the other night. The Heat have been a money-making team, 5-1 ATS on the season. Been average margin of win is 13.8 points. Shout out to our guy, everyone, my guy knows a guy on Twitter. Great follow, coming with these stats from the NBA today. 13.8. So that's pretty good. They've been a moneymaker team. There's nothing that's gonna really scare me here from Dallas. I know, nothing very impressive for me on Dallas. I know they got Luka the Dom, but I think we're getting a good number still here at 3. I jumped in on that 2. 3 still solid. 8-2 in their last 10 meetings versus Dallas. They play well against them, man. 8-3 ATS in their last 11 on the road. Miami's just a money-making spot. We like what we see from them from every aspect. Why would we, go away from that when the Mavericks ain't really doing the same thing on the other end? 2-6 ATS in their last 8. 2-4 ATS overall, and they are 1-2 ATS at home. We talked about it. Not very impressive team here in Dallas, but I do like Miami here. I'm going to stick on it full game, but I also got a prop too. I really like what I'm seeing from our guy Jimmy Butler. Bam's been all world. He has been. He's been playing great, but Jimmy's been even better, to be honest with you. He's averaging 25, 7, and 5 on the season. He's just been doing work, everything. He sets the tone from a defensive aspect. He's not shooting as many threes as well. He's averaging like 2 threes a game, attempting like 2 threes a game, only 37%, but he's not really shooting them. He's attacking, getting to the free throw line, shooting 87%, shooting 53% from the floor. He's went over this number in the last 4 games. This number is 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, minus 105. I look for it to continue. As long as this game isn't a clear blowout, easy number here for Jimmy Butler to get over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He controls the team, sets the tone. I know they got Kyle Lowry there, but he's still loading it up. Like I mentioned, 25, 7, and 5. He averages more than this, and he's been playing really good ball the last 4.
All right, good stuff. Good breakdown there. Wham, Miami, Dallas.
I love that Jimmy Butler prop, man. That's a good one right there, averaging 25 points, bro. He's out there cooking, like you said. I definitely think that this is a Miami spot, though, and I think it's early, though, man. I like Miami here early. I do know that Dallas did cover the first time in the first quarter against us. I believe it was the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to just scratch that one right off. I think they're going to play bad early on. I like Miami first quarter in this spot. I do like Miami full game as well. I just think that this is a better team. Like you guys said, we're going to have the better coach on the other side. And then being on the road, I think these guys are going to come play. And then just alluding to what Ian said, I do think Bam is going to play. Knowing that he was a participant in practice, that definitely is a good reason for me to think that he's going to play today.
All right, Billy, what do you like here? Heat and Mavs.
Man. These are just one of the games that just throw me off, man. I know everybody's on the Heat here in this spot. They've been a public team, but I'm going to have to backwood this one. You can call 1-800-GAMBLER because your boy's going back to the well again, man. I think I got a gambling addiction, and I'm addicted to plus money. And I'm going to go with Luka Doncic, Luka the Don. There's 3 things guaranteed in this game. Mavericks can't rebound it damn sure without Kristaps Porzingis and Maxi Kleber. Jimmy Butler's probably going to hoop, and Luka the Don is probably going to do his thing. And you know what? If you look at Luka the Don, you know what? He had somewhat of a slow start first week of the season. He played a lot of Olympic basketball. He was the Olympic MVP this year for a reason. Dude's a hooper. If you start looking into his numbers, he's flirting with that triple-double, and I think tonight's the night, plus 325 for Luka the Don to finally get that triple-double. He was a couple of rebounds away from it the last game when I bet on them against Sacramento. Man, these just feels like one of the games where they're just going to have to let Luka do literally everything. I wouldn't even mind betting his rebound prop, but at minus 140 on a fight night, we're just going to have to swing that off and just let it be a lean. But if I was down and out and I needed a couple dollars and we were trying to flip, we would probably bet Luka the Don over rebound. So maybe somebody out there in the chat trying to, gamble tonight, not make an investment. If you want to gamble Luka the Don over on his rebounds tonight, I really think that he's really going to have to do everything for this team. I easily think that this line could be like plus 260, plus 270, and it's at 325. Why pick a side if you're getting 325 on who I think is the best player in the league to get a triple-double tonight?
All right, there you go.
This will be the best defensive team he's faced. But, yeah, I mean, he should load the stat sheet. That's what he does.
Shouts to Viper B47. He says FanDuel has it plus 600 for a triple-double boosted. God damn, they're killing my vibes. I don't like betting with the odds boost on FanDuel, but I guess I'm with it tonight. They got $50 out of me.
Yeah. Well, it's a good price. I mean, if you're going to be offered that, you could do worse than taking a shot at that kind of price tag on the Luka prop there, triple-double. Sacramento, Utah. You've got Utah 9-point home favorites, 222 the total in this one. I'm on the dog here. I'm on Sacramento, believe it or not, plus 9. For Utah, I'm worried. This is a first home game after 3 on the road, and it's the 4th game in 6 days for Utah. And they've had to travel in between each game. Now they're back home. They already beat Sacramento on the road on October 22nd, and they didn't exactly blow them out. It was a pretty competitive game most of the way, 110-101. Utah pulled away late to get the point spread cover late in that game. The one thing you get from Sacramento for the most part this year is a pretty competitive effort on most nights. They had that really the one game against Golden State where they got blown out, but they either won every other game or been right in the game, like the Dallas game on Sunday, 105-99. They were competitive. They were right in that game. And you're right, fourth quarter, they had a meltdown there in that one. It's just from a scheduling spot. This is more scheduling dynamics. I mean, Utah, we know when they're playing at their best on that home floor, they could cover a number like this. And look, Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox got to get it going offensively. He struggled early in the year. We'll see if he can turn it around here in this game. It's just, I like the idea of maybe fading Utah in this kind of spot. 4th game in 6 days with travel in between every game, back home after 3 on the road. Sacramento trying to end this 4-game road trip at 3-1, which would be a really nice accomplishment for them. I think they compete. They're 6-1 ATS, their last 7 on the road going into this game. They've been good on the road. They've been good as underdogs. Yeah, I know in Utah it's been a rough go for this Sacramento team. Historically, they've struggled here in Salt Lake City, but I'm going to look past that just for tonight based on this scheduling spot for Utah and the travel and the 4th game in 6 days for them. So I like Sacramento here, +9. The current number. I'm going to take the shot with the Kings here. What do you like here, Dutch? Sacramento, Utah.
Yeah, shout out to George Covington. Haven't seen that name in the chat. Patrick, I like the Kings. Talos looking at the Kings first half. For me, I would only have to look the Kings here, but like a Black Thor says, Utah covers easily, and that's what they've done in this matchup. Shout out to my guy. But yeah, that's what they've done in this matchup is they have covered easily against Sacramento. So I would probably really look Utah first half here, but I'm not going to bet a side here. I like a prop did stand out to me an awful lot. I like Harrison Barnes. I mean, we've talked about him, made money off of him. My boy Wham likes that 3-pointer prop, points, but I'm going to look at it from a different aspect. I'm going to go for over 7.5 rebounds. This is plus 105. Now, the Cats averaging 23 and 10 on the season. He's went over this number 5 out of 6 games. The only time he didn't hit this number, he hit 7 against the Warriors. In game 2 of the season, they played, obviously, Ian touched on that. He had 25 and 15. I look for that to continue. Easy 8+ rebounds for our guy Harrison Barnes tonight. Get a competitive game. I think we'll see a little bit of that. They did show that they stick, like Ian touched on, they did stick in that game early in the season, or, briefly last week. And then what I'm also looking at is double-double plus 330, little tequila money. Our guy, Billy Briz, wants that fucking plus money. Even the rebounds is plus money, 105. Maybe not as juicy for you, though, but plus 330, double-double. There you go, my guy. In and out, double-double, bro. Easy money. I love the rebounds, but I do think there's super value on that double-double. Harrison Barnes been balling, man. Probably really been the best player on the team. I love me some De'Aaron Fox. Holmes been doing his thing. Buddy Hill, streaky motherfucker. Harrison Barnes been bringing it every damn day. I look for that to continue. Easy 8 rebounds plus tonight.
Yeah, and the perimeter defense hasn't been bad for Sacramento. 32.9%. It's not terrible. And they obviously need that to be good against a team like Utah. So I think the Kings hang in there in this game a little bit. What do you like here, Wham?
Yeah, I'm riding with I think Ian said the Utah Jazz here, man. They're the number 2 net ratings team so far this season. Number 1 is Miami, so we're already liking Miami here. Even though 80% is the public's on Miami too, I didn't mention that, but I still like Miami. But for Utah here, seems like it's getting an even split here. A lot of people like the Sacramento Kings. I understand they are a really enticing team here in this spot, though. I don't think they're going to get it. Utah is already what I mentioned as far as the net rating, but they're allowing opponents the least amount of 3-point makes a game. I believe it's under 10 and about 24% shooting from beyond the arc for opponents. They're holding guys down there. I think the new rules are kind of favoring their type of play. These guys getting up a nice little amount of threes. They shoot at a certain percentage effectively. I think the Utah Jazz be a little bit more efficient here. So I like the 9 that you're getting right now. I'll take the 9 at Utah here.
All right, there we go. Billy, what do you like here with Sacramento, Utah?
Man, broad view perspective, this got to be the backwood game of the night for picking a side. But, as gamblers, we always got to gamble. And if somebody had a gun to my head, I would probably tell them to fuck off. I'm not picking a side. I'm picking a prop. Royce to 5'9" over 1.5 3-pointers. That's what I would tell him. I don't know if I'm going to bet it tonight, if I'm going to get to the window, like I said tonight. We got fights tonight. Last fight card of the year. I know it's a basketball show, but that's where the money's at, besides a couple of these spots on this short card tonight. But if I had to be forced into a play, and we're sitting around 9 o'clock and it's West Coast time, damn, I'm going to have to play the Royce to 5'9". Do you think it's the night to play it? Because, he shot 0 for 4 the last game, but the game before that, he went 4 for 6. If you guys think this game goes a little bit close, feels like an over 7.5, over 1.5 3-pointers, catch the plus money. maybe even go a quarter unit if you're not really too stoked about this game. Pick up a little half unit and walk away from this game and not pick a side. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions on that? Because he's played 30 minutes in the last 2 games. And if he plays 30 minutes tonight against the Kings, I think he would hit it, right?
Yeah, I think there's that potential. With you look at Royce O'Neal's stats so far, the last few games, you look at his what he's been able to do here. He's had 2 3-pointers just once, but the last 4 games he played Denver, he played Chicago,
Look at the shot attempts.
Milwaukee, the shot
more
attempts
than the made.
Yep. 4, 3. Yeah, he's getting the attempts. He's just not making them right now. Tonight against Sacramento,
At home.
probably a chance at home too. And we know Utah
Pace up
you
spot.
shoot the 3 better at home. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's good because you're seeing him shoot the ball. Like, it's not an unwillingness to shoot the 3. That's not why he's not making. He's just not. He's getting the shots. He's attempting the shots. They're not draining.
He's always a weird person, though, because he's so low usage that if he misses that one shot in the corner 3 that was wide open, that might be the prop right there, boys.
Yeah, you're right about that. Our guy Ray Charles, shout out to him. He's killing these props. He likes Gobert. I don't know if he's talking. The rebounds are 14.5. I mean, he's been killing it too. That's kind of juiced up. Maybe points if he's talking.
Like Gobert, play him in daily fantasy. I wouldn't bet him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been killing them rebounds. He said over 14.5 rebounds. Played 20 last time. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I can go over 14.5 though, Ray. But I mean, I can see it. It's a lot. But there's a reason why it's up there. But yeah, my man Ray been killing them rebound props. Shout out to last week Kevin Durant with that plus money, plus 110, I believe, on the over 8.5. That was beautiful. But
yeah, timed that one well for sure on that. All right, we move on to New Orleans and Phoenix now. The Suns 11.5-point home favorites, 214.5 the total. So there's the Suns just haven't been fully, consistent in every game this year. They're 2-3. They're actually 1-4 against the spread the first 5 games of the year, the Phoenix Suns. So they have not been covering point spreads. They're now being asked to lay 11.5 here. So when I did my first bit of work into this game earlier today, my first thought is we got to make a case for New Orleans, don't we? The one thing about the Pelicans is they've been competitive in a lot of their games. They're getting 11.5 points. But then I look at the injury situation. Devontae Graham's a game-time decision. Brandon Ingram's a game-time decision. And, man, if they don't have those 2 guys on the floor, where's that offense going to come from for the Pelicans? Because that's a lot of their production right there. So this is going to be one of those spots where I'm going to need the injury report closer to tip-off to clear up a little bit. But you look at the Suns, it's been one game they're good defensively and they struggle to shoot. And then the next game they struggle defensively even when they do score points. So they just haven't had both ends of the floor clicking at the same time in a lot of their games. And really, to be honest with you, when you go to the NBA Finals and lose like they did last year, it can be difficult in the first month of the year to gain that cohesion and find that pedal to the metal that you need, to play well night in and night out early in the regular season, knowing that, hey, we're trying to pace ourselves. We're trying to get back to the playoffs, and we're trying to make another long run here. So, yeah, with Phoenix and this number, there's no way I'm laying this number with the Suns. The question is, can I get there with the Pelicans? And the answer is yes, but only if I see both Graham and specifically Ingram in. And it looks like Ingram, according to some people in our chat, might be doubtful. So that really takes my interest a little bit away, but I would still lean to the New Orleans side here at 11.5. What do you think here, Dutch? Pelicans, Suns?
Yeah, like our guy Alonzo said, Pelicans auto fade, and I want to say that, but they're actually 4-3 ATS. Like they don't win, but they cover 50% of the time or plus. Shout out to Nikki with the dono. Appreciate you, my guy. Nikki Fish Tanks with the shoey and all. Appreciate you, my guy. But yeah, the hook too. You mentioned that Pelicans scored 117 without Ingram last game too. I was looking at that. That's pretty impressive. I kind of wanted to take the under. I lean under very strongly on this game. I don't think Aiden's going to play. He didn't look right in shooting out. I was looking at that's a big loss down low. I just don't know about this game. Who's going to suit up for the Pelicans? Phoenix, this seems like it kind of a get right spot. It's a lot of points though. So to me, it's a clear backwood. It's a clear backwood.
By the way, Ingram didn't play against the Knicks. They hung in there in that game. So they at least showed you that they could compete with the Knicks in that game. And we'll see if they could do that again. They're getting a lot of points. I'm leaning hard to New Orleans. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger, but I'm definitely leaning heavily in that direction. Wham, what do you like here?
Yeah, I like the New Orleans side here, so I could see the argument here. I think what Dutch just brought up about Aiden being game time decision. I think he's not going to play here in this game, so that means Jonas Valanciunas props going up, baby. I'd like the points and assists over
Bell.
20 and a half, over 20 and a half points and assists for Jonas Valanciunas. I love that look there. I like the rebound prop as well at 12 and a half.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way I'm looking in this game, man. I think he's going to be one of those guys that's not on the injury report. If any of those guys aren't out, that's even a better thing. So I think you're just going to see that guy feast, especially with Aiden being out of this game. So that's the way I'm looking, Jonas Valanciunas.
JV, liking him in terms of his props tonight in this one. Jonas Valanciunas looks like, I would go with that for sure. Triple-double if you could find that with JV, because double-double is going to be way too heavily priced, but triple-double might be something you sprinkle on. But definitely points and rebounds, points and rebounds, rebounds, and assists with JV, because there's going to be a lot of space for him to operate and go to his office down low tonight. He's not a great defensive big man, but offensively, rebounds, all that, he's very good. So that's where he's going to feast for you. Billy, what do you like here? Pelicans, Suns.
Man, the NBA be corny sometimes, bro. This is like the prime example of like a corny basketball game. Like, public service announcement, West Coast. You guys got the Suns and the Pelicans an 11.5 point over, like, spread over under, basically. And you're not going to give out the injury news report probably until like 10 o'clock East Coast time. So it's just like, am I really going to bet on this game? And I probably will. We're not supposed to really say about degeneracy stuff in life, but you know what? I'm parlaying the Suns here at minus 650. It will be in a fighter parlay with my two fighters tonight. It's not something I'm like geeking up about, telling my buddies about, but like it's one of those I do have a bet slip under the table that I hope I wake up to some money to with the Suns on it. But man, if you look at some of the props in this game, it's just like they don't want your money in this game, man. They got Jay Crowder 2.5 3-pointers. I'm not. You can give me plus 500. I'm still not betting that. And then we also got points, man, 17.5 for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Granted, he's looked amazing this year, but 17.5, bro. Damn, y'all tripping, bro. That is a high number. I think the number right there, the reason why I pointed that one out, I think that number tells you all you need to know about the Pelicans. I don't think Ingram plays, bro. They got 17.5 on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's the highest. That's the second highest point total in this game behind Devin Booker. That's why the books are telling you what you need to know. Parlay up the Suns. Don't even need DeAndre Ayton. You know of a guy that we talked about when we were sitting on this special show, and y'all probably looked at me like I had three heads, and we started laughing. And then the dude ended up playing it looking all right until he started getting in foul trouble. We got Frank the Tank Kaminsky coming in tonight, man. If DeAndre Ayton go and play, it'll be all right. Joe Val
It'll be all right.
It'd be JaVale McGee over his ass, bro.
My God.
One of those minus 650s that are going to play out way closer than a minus 650. Just close your eyes, tail the two fighters that we'll talk about in the best bet, and just thank me later at Getting Bills on Twitter.
Yeah, it's I think that there's a prop game for sure. I mean, if you're not going to take New Orleans, you got to get creative.
What prop are you betting though, Babano?
Yeah.
There's like
I like the Big Val. I like Big Val, JV.
Now. This is absurd. Like Chris
What's
Paul,
his points?
16.5 maybe. What are we doing with the 3-pointers? 2.5 with Booker at plus 145 seems like a good value. You look at McCall.
I mean, assists with Paul.
Big Val is a play. Big Val is the play. He's averaging 19 points per game.
Big Val.
And three assists, points and assists, bro. Get the points and assists. If those other people are out, he got to pass. He got to be a distributor too, bro.
Other than that, this game's a backwood,
bro.
See, I want to take Alexander Walker with no Ingram.
Right.
I want to take Nickeil for the Pelicans, but it's 17.5. They're not giving you a bargain there.
No.
Yeah,
that's
what Billy's saying though. That's why I started laughing.
Yeah, like if Alexander scores 25 points, you might as well just bet the Pelicans because that means they cover.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I lean Pelicans. I'll probably bet it small, but you're right. The injury situation is murky.
I would wait right before the game. I can easily see this being the highest differential spread of the day once we get that news, because the East Coast news isn't even going to come out within the next 30 minutes. Like, man, I'm looking at the projection system for tonight's daily fantasy, and you know what they have at the top? A lot of Phoenix and New Orleans players. That means somebody out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Rockets, didn't these guys just play each other the other night? They did
Yes,
in
sir.
LA
Yeah.
on Sunday night. Yes, and they're playing each other again on Halloween night, and they're back at it tonight. Houston Rockets, LA Lakers, same two teams, same venue, Staples in LA. Lakers 10.5 point home favorites, 218.5 the total in this game. So when you have these spots where it's the same two teams playing each other again, we had 95-85 for the Lakers on Sunday night. They were 11, but they didn't cover, actually. They were 11-point home favorites. Houston barely squeaks inside the number, even though they were trailing by, I believe, 19 points at halftime. So they basically got into a spot where they, took advantage of maybe a sleepwalking Laker team in the fourth quarter with a big lead. I think that's exactly what happened. So as far as this game goes, they already won pretty comfortably against the Lakers, against Houston. Houston, maybe they've got something to prove. And to play better this time around, I'd lean to the Rockets with the points. I just don't know how interested for 48 minutes the Lakers are going to be. Plus, LeBron's a game-time decision tonight. Could he be rested? I think the potential is there for that. He's a game-time decision with that right ankle soreness. And Anthony Davis as well, but he's actually going to play, it looks like. He's been upgraded to probable. So AD should be in there for the Lakers. We're not so sure about LeBron. This is just one of those games for the Lakers where, and you look at the schedule, they've got, actually they have OKC next, so it's not exactly a look ahead. But they just beat up the Rockets pretty good. I could see the Rockets hanging in there and maybe covering. So I lean the Rockets, but the bet I do like is the over here. A low-scoring game the other night. I could see the Rockets have been talking about we've got to value the ball a little bit. And they want to play fast. But the problem is they didn't hang on to the ball enough to play fast because they didn't possess it well enough. If they possess the ball, Rockets do want to play with pace. This is something that Steven Silas has been basically harping on from the beginning of training camp, to play fast. And when it's the same two teams going at it and the one game stays under, I kind of like to see the reverse happen in the next game and vice versa. If the first game had went over, maybe it would look under tonight. But I like the over here, 218.5. Plus the Lakers, I could see them just going up and down a bit. The defense lapsing a little bit after holding the Rockets to 85 in the victory on Sunday. I think there's some good angles and good situations that point toward more points here with the Rockets and Lakers tonight. So I lean the Rockets. Not sure I'll bet that one, but I will be on for sure over 218.5 here with the Rockets and the Lakers. Dutch, what do you think here about this one?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Wyatt Chapman. I see you in the chat, bro. Good to see you.
Sorry, one last thing. I forgot to mention it. Jalen Green over 12.5 points.
God damn it,
I like that one a lot.
Just tell him the whole card at this point. God damn it, man.
It's all right. You guys can jump on.
The Rockets game. Look, and not talk about Jalen Green.
He's a Cali kid. What? He's talking about how disappointing it was the other night. 7 points. He didn't like the way he played.
Damn, man.
He's going to bet. There's another chance. He's right back in LA. There you go. Oh, I did actually not a thing. I've no.
Shout out to
notes.
I know you got
Dutch's
it. You
notes.
must be looking at the page, man.
Like this is what he does, man.
12.5 points for Jalen Green over. I like that.
Yeah, right, Boston. Smash the motherfucking like button. We got 200 people in the chat or in the views. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everyone tuning in. Share the video if you can, but just hit the like button. Give us a thumbs down if you need to. Comment if you want to. Tell us what you're on. Tell us what you're smoking on. Don't be shy. Now, this game, I'm actually on the other side of this, Ian. I really like the under here, my guy. I seen the chat. Start out to our guy Star Child. I see you in there. I believe he likes the over with you. But this to me, I know they did play. It was they barely hit. They would have hit 180 the other night. And I know that Houston likes to play fast, but it's a clear under spot to me. The Lakers, 3 out of the 4 at home have went under this number. Now the Rockets under 7-0 the last 7 games. And another shout out to our guy, my guy knows a guy. Great stat he put out under. The under went under by 15 points or more in the totals for Houston. So they're not even getting fucking close to that over. Now the Rockets' last 4 games have averaged 94 fucking points per game. So be careful if you think they're gonna just go out there and light it up, because they don't have a point guard. They don't move the ball very well. But yes, you can get guys that get hot like Jalen Green. They got Eric Gordon. They got guys that Porter, Christian Wood can go off. They do have guys that can that can at any time just go instant hot. But at the same time, they don't really move the ball. It's kind of just a lot of selfishness, a lot of one-on-one play. I think the Lakers are going to hang in there and just play good basketball. Now the under's 4-0, the last 4 on the road as an underdog here for the Rockets as well, and the under's 6-1 the last 7 meetings between these two teams. We know about the Lakers, man. I'm pretty much more about the fade the Lakers. I wouldn't I wouldn't bet against them though. I wouldn't lay the 10. I wouldn't take the 10. You seen what happened in the very first game? The Lakers somehow Houston barely covered that shit somehow, some way. I'll stay away from the points. It's a clear under here. I'll be surprised if these motherfuckers break 205, under 218.5 all motherfucking day.
Yeah, I can't argue with the stats of Houston. 6-0 to the under this year for sure. Every game for Houston's gone under the total. I definitely I take heed of that. I acknowledge that. I'm aware of that. But
and the Lakers can't shoot, so as long as Melo don't fucking put in 8 fucking threes, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
This is just one of those things that over the years I've picked up on this college basketball, NBA, that when the same two teams play each other and the first game's 2 games in a row and the first game's lower scoring, often the second game's higher scoring and vice versa.
Last year.
Yeah. So that's why I bet it. But yeah, you're right. I acknowledge it's 6-0 to the under. And look, if you've been betting Houston unders, keep riding them. Because you're right, they're 6-0 to the under. They haven't cashed an over this year. I'm not convinced it'll go to 7 tonight, but if you've been riding it, don't feel free to do that. Wham, what do you think, Houston and LA?
Yeah, I like the Lakers here, but this is probably going to be a backwood for me. I do want to see if AD is going to be a center again. He was a center last time. He started center for them. I was on the 9.5 rebounds. Right now it's at 10.5, so it went up a point. It's at plus 108, so that's probably will be my biggest lean here. Probably AD if he's starting at center, over 10.5 rebounds. That'd probably be my only lean here. But honestly, I think this team is kind of going to go lean towards the over. Both of these guys are pretty high in pace. I believe top 3 in pace over the last 5 games. Top 1 and 2 over the whole season here for both of these teams, the Rockets and the Lakers. Efficiency side is the Lakers, though. They are actually number 2 in effective field goal percentage over the last 5 games. So I think they actually have been figuring it out lately. It's kind of starting to show, like my guy Dutch alluded to. I mean, look like Melo back, bro. Look like Melo might be back if he's shooting like this. So getting wide open looks there. So, maybe that's the difference here. I'm going to just leave it alone, though. This is a backwood for me, but I mean, I'm going to be looking to see if AD starts at center. That'll be an addition for me. AD over 10.5 rebounds at plus 108.
All right, Billy Briz. And we already know he likes something that I like in the prop world in this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, Wham. Don't swing that backwood too many times. You might not get it back, man. You're probably going to hop up in this rotation right here. Jalen Green night. Man, you talk about a kid that has fucking not seen a shot he don't like, man. That is the definition of Jalen Green. That is the exact reason why he did not go to college. Because if he pulled out some of these shots that he shot in the summer league in the NBA, Coach K is pulling his ass right off the floor in the first 30 seconds of the game. Man, his shooting numbers, with a young kid like this, you expect his shooting numbers to be sporadic. Man, talk about one of the greatest rookie games I've seen this year against Boston. Woo, that boy dropped off right after, though, man. He's with 2 for 21 in 3 straight games from the three-point line. While, he's still getting the usage. The minutes are still there. And you know what they say. Every young kid's dream is to look across the floor, see their idol. You see Kobe's behind me. I look at my idol every day. And I'm not even a Laker fan. But with that being said, Jalen Green looked at himself in the mirror and said, God damn it, I did not play like that in LA. And he looked at himself again today and said, God damn it, I will never play like that in LA again. And you know what they did? They gave him in the same exact spot. A couple days later, still in LA. He ain't leave LA. He probably had some good ladies of the night in the meantime while he had his Halloween celebration. So you know what? I'm with the crew too. We about to start dancing. Jalen Green night. We're laddering at Big Show. We're going to ladder at Big Show. We're going to be sitting in Discord tonight. It's going to be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to be like, damn, I forgot I bet the Jalen Green shit at 5 o'clock because that shit just hit. Because I'm going to take it from 12.5 all the way up to like 20. One thing that actually caught my eye, though, was his points and assists were only at 15.5 at minus 120. I just don't trust the other people on the team to be scoring, man. Kevin Porter Jr., big fan of the player. But, man, you talk about betting turnovers. Fuck Russ. It's Kevin Porter Jr., man. I keep on playing this dude in my daily fantasy lineups, and me and Big Show keep on looking at each other like, yo, Big Show asks me this question every time Houston's on the slate. It's crazy. And you would think he'd be lying, too. He'd be like, you play Kevin Porter Jr. today? I'm like, bro, I got to manually bump down his projections because, like, he just turns over the ball too much. So if you're looking at some turnover props, Kevin Porter Jr. probably your guy, bro. Probably your guy. But if you want to hop up on this plane tonight, smoke this good kush, cash these big tickets, cash back from this Kansas City bum spot, we going to do it right. Jalen Green tonight, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, Jalen Green over 12.5 points. You could do the boost. You're right. Many books you can do the boost, the ladder bet, as Big Show and Billy go 16.5, go 18.5. Yeah,
all I
exactly.
gotta say is if you think Houston keeps the game close, why wouldn't you bet the Jalen Green prop? He's gonna play 30 minutes in a blowout, or if the game stays close. If the game stays close, I'm telling you, man, there ain't a shot this kid hasn't seen yet that he ain't shoot. He gonna shoot that shit.
The Christian Wood double too out there is minus 130. That was attracting to me too. I don't know if I'm not gonna, I don't lay 130 on the props, but yeah, double Christian Wood. As long as this game's somewhat close, that should be very doable.
Yeah, I actually like 3 letters in this game, boys. I actually like if Carmelo gets in, I actually like Carmelo over 3-pointers and take 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And I like Christian Wood 3 and 4 too. 3-pointers made.
I think
was going to say made threes are worth
guarantees
looking at. Yeah.
out of this game. Anthony Davis is always going to be in the injury report no matter where he goes.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook probably going to turn over the ball, and the Rockets are probably going to score, man. The books are smart.
Melo going to shoot. Melo definitely going to shoot. And he's been shooting good, man. He's the best 3-pointer on the team right now. So
Melo's been hooping. Melo, low-key, has been the third best player on that team, and that's why the team hasn't been playing that well.
And Jalen Green has no fewer than 4 3-point attempts in any game this year. No fewer than 4. And overall field goal attempts, look at, he's had 16, 16, 18.
You ain't talking about those field goal percentages, though, bro. Those look like me in the backyard shooting out hoops, man.
No.
25%, 18%, 25%. Like, this kid's shooting the ball, literally green light everything. And he ain't going to get pulled, bro. What more do you want to have a prop than the dude that's not getting pulled out the game that's going to shoot that shit?
Yeah. It's to me, the law of averages, though, the percentage, he's not going to be a 20, 30% shooter all year. You would think
Jalen Green will never go 2 for 21 in 3 games ever again. No way.
The bottom line is we're banking on with Jalen Green tonight, with all the field goal attempts and the 3-point attempts. Some are eventually going to the bottom of the well. He's going to hit the bottom of the well at some point with some of these. And hopefully that is tonight for Jalen Green here with the Houston Rockets. All right, great stuff with the crew today. That's the Tuesday card. Dutch, Wham, and Billy. Briefly in college football tonight, we'll throw out a couple of plays on the Maction card for me. I like the Eastern Michigan Eagles plus the points against Toledo.
Slow that up real quick. I'm going to write that down. Go ahead.
Oh, there you go. Eastern Michigan plus the points against Toledo. They're a great road underdog. I think they keep that game close. I like Ball State a little bit minus 20. And the team total as well for Ball State over. They've got a great offense, and I just don't see Akron, slowing them down much. I don't have a strong feel in the other MAC game, Miami versus Ohio. The number's probably right in the good spot, pretty much, and lean to the over, but nothing strong in that game with Miami against Ohio. So that's the college football there for tonight. Baseball, I think Astros in the over would be the way I'd go with the baseball. Dutch, anybody have any thoughts on the baseball or no? Or some people on this crew don't even know baseball's still going. Yeah.
There's so much going on. There's so much going on. Ball State, Anthony like Ball State first half over 20 and a half. It looked like. I don't bet either one of these. But best of luck to everyone out there that does.
And make sure you stick around half an hour. Sharpie and Connor Mack with the baseball World Series Game 6 MLB closing time right here.
It's really
get that show money. Get that show money.
Exactly.
Since we're talking about sports and stuff, can I throw in the Dana White Contender
UFC
Series, man? Since I've been on the show, y'all probably like, why the fuck you talking about fights? Man, we have been profitable, 7-0 on the show in the last 2 weeks, giving out Dana White Contender Series plays. What more do I got to do for y'all to tell, man? Last week of the season right here, we got 2 underdog shots. Johan Leonis, Jonas Ballerino, and then we're going with a 2-leg parlay of Erison Fiera and Juan Puerta -140. You can find me over on Twitter at Getting Bills if you didn't get those names. You can mix that in with some of the stuff that we talked about on the show today and go get paid, man. I'm telling you, fight game is where it's at right now. The boys are hot over here at Pub Sports Radio. You are fucking with the best crew out right now in every type sport possible. And the boys have been smacking.
Yeah, I have been fucking with you, bro. They've been fucking with you, man.
They've been good. I've noticed it. I've seen the UFC has been good for a lot of people on this channel that talk UFC. So, and MMA, it's been good to see for sure, because we're like a family and a crew. We all want to root for each other and all want to see each other succeed and do well. So, and that means the viewers are happy as well, which is what we aim to do here at Pub Sports Radio. Great stuff. We'll get to our best bets in just a second. Thanks to everybody for joining us. 224 live viewers. Hit the like button. Make sure you do that if you haven't already. We'll hit our best bets and Dutch's freshest look after our sponsor messages from Manscaped and Southtown 101. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101. Manscaped, promo code PubSports. 20% off your purchase with the promo code PubSports. Lawnmower 4.0 and any Manscaped product. 20% off with promo code PubSports. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. Great time of year. I mean, football, there's still half the season left. There's NHL, there's NBA, ongoing college basketball tips off next week, UFC, you name it. It's the sports convergence right now. So make sure you sign up for an account at mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. Mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, it's that time of the show. Best bets, Dutch's freshest look. We'll start with Dutch. What do you got today for the freshest look?
Yeah, man. Freshest look. We're going to Dallas, big city. And we're taking the motherfucking Jimmy Butler over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. -105. Guy's been doing work steady from start to finish. Jimmy motherfucking buckets get us paid over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah,
there you go. All right, Jimmy Butler over 34.5 PRA for Dutch with the freshest look. Trot Wham, what do you got for best bet?
Yes, sir. I'm going to go down to the NOLA game here. I'm going to take the Jonas Valanciunas over 20.5 points and assists, points and assists. He's averaging 19 points, and he's getting about 3 assists a game here, 2.7 assists, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a good look, especially with the guys on the injury report.
JV, Jonas Valanciunas over for the prop for Trot Wham for best bet here for this Tuesday night slate. Billy, what do you got best bet?
It wouldn't be right if the Twitter name wasn't at Getting Bills. We ain't talking about getting some bucks tonight. Don't be the guy that goes rob a house and goes look at the jewelry and grab the TVs. Get in, get out, get quick cash. Bucks -1.5 first half, -120. Book it.
There you go. All right, Milwaukee -2 first half against Detroit. Best bet for Billy. And my best bet, it might be the square side, but not always is the square side the wrong side. Miami -140 against Dallas. They get the job done tonight. Heat is on. It's on the street. Miami -140 against Dallas. Best bet for me on this. That's a little Glenn Fry from the 80s. I'm going back in time with that song.
Yeah, that's way before my time.
On. Yeah, it is.
Who?
It shows you how old I'm getting is what it says as well. Miami -140 against Dallas for my best bet. $10 dono for my heavy 08. Thank you very much. We appreciate the love and the support. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. Don't forget.
I had to.
There you go. Of course. Yeah, $10 minimum. It's
Yeah,
basically
man.
it's like you want it to be admitted into the Dono Hall of Fame club and get the little Thomas the Tank Engine treatment. $10 does it. So thank you, iHeavy 08. We appreciate it. Great show as always. Again, 5:30. We've got Connor and Sharpie coming up with the closing time MLB World Series Game 6. Will it be the last MLB game of the season? It will be if Atlanta wins tonight, or
God,
will we
I
see a
hope
Game
so.
7? Yeah, it's been a long. Like the baseball season's usually done by like we're going into November here with this World Series. That doesn't always happen. So it's been a long year. We'll see if tonight's the final night for the baseball season for sure. We'll Sharpie and Connor will break it down for you. We've got Jimmy and Bebsy tonight. NFL Beat the Line as well on Pub Sports Radio. We've got UFC coverage throughout the week. We've got DFS videos on the channel. You name it. Tons going on here at Pub Sports Radio. Betting with the Bag, 4 days a week, Tuesday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We've got college football on Saturdays, Pub Hub NFL on Sundays. This show, Monday to Friday. Lots going on right here at Pub Sports Radio. So make sure you support all the shows and all the content. That'll wrap it up. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow here for the NBA Pub Up for Dutch, for Wham, for Billy. This is Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow on Wednesday for the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat, the real ones. Appreciate y'all tuning in day after day. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not, comment below, share the video, show some motherfucking love. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.